Hello YouTube. We're gonna kind of go over these M-18 batteries that I bought on YouTube. Your YouTube, I bought them on eBay. These are the generic, you know when you look at them, but sometimes we try to tell ourselves it can't be true. The brand name is Vannon. Definitely made in China, and they resemble the factory M-18 batteries very closely, but not identical. Notice these are rectangular bars right here. Whoops, well, that ought to be a good one. And then those little bar, LED indicators are round. The stickers on the side, the lithium, those kind of box letters with the red stripe. Whereas on the actual battery here, it's one large sticker that goes clean across. There is no red stripe under there. And it actually says red lithium as opposed to just lithium. So how well you can see that with them side by side, but distinctly different. Now, this battery here is several years old and works fine. I hope you can see, but these batteries are brand new. I may have charged them twice and run them once. But I mean, they're not scratched, they're not dinged, they ain't a thing. These have not been dropped like I just dropped that other one. They're basically slick and new. The only thing is they don't work. So I don't know if you can see that. It's going to show two, well, probably can't see it, but it's lighting up 1.5, maybe 2 bars, just a little bit. And it's fully charged if you put it on the charger, though. This one may be lighting the same way, about 1. But it also shows a green light. Oh, there it got one. That one's getting closer to 2. But they'll show you a green light in the charger, meaning presumably that they're fully charged. So here's the thing. They're going to be sold, most of the time the ads on eBay say U.S. stock. They always say for Milwaukee. They're not Milwaukee, so they say for Milwaukee. Of course, the bottom of the Milwaukee battery clearly says it's a Milwaukee battery and makes it pretty plain, what's going on there. Of course, the Vannon batteries say Vannon for every good reason. Now, the exterior portion of these things, they seem like the clips, they seem pretty sturdy. The whatever this is, rubber or plastic protection around them, they all seem pretty legit. They just don't work. So these batteries here, I don't remember. They're about 60 days old. But I wasn't using them because I've got the other ones. I got them. I charged them. I said, okay, now I got, some more backups because I've got quite a few Milwaukee tools. And so, you get a couple of extra backup batteries. I had busted a battery, so that's why I figured I needed one. But this is fair warning from old Johnny here. These things aren't any good. These really only lasted one charge. And right now, if you put them in, the problem is, if I put them in a tool, which I'm going to attempt to do with one hand, that ought to be fun. This is a grinder. Nada. It ain't going to run. Even though the battery says it's hot, it ain't hot. And it ain't going to get hot. And they do that way. Like I said, I got one charge out of it, and it actually worked that first time, you'd have thought, oh, it's probably a good one. I didn't time it, with a stopwatch to see how long that the batteries would run. But you know how you kind of know in your gut when you've run these things quite a while, since this is supposed to be a 6.0. I'll just tell you right now, even on the one run that it did do, it would have been only the equivalent of about a 3.0. But the thing is, when you consider that this actual Milwaukee battery is years old, been recharged who knows umpteen times, and it still works as good as it ever did, and it costs about twice as much, because what I was getting to, and probably didn't get to, is these things here will sell. A lot of times, the reason I got two for sure is because they sell in pairs, and they're going to sell in pairs. I don't know, $52 to $68 from, and all kinds of sellers. This isn't one seller. These are a generic battery that many sellers buy and resell, apparently, or otherwise the manufacturer is actually selling them under all kinds of different trade names and stuff on eBay. But I would assume that they just sell them, they're a generic knockoff thing. People buy them, resell them, and they ain't none of them any good. So there's that. This is fair warning. Do not make the mistake that I made and waste your money. Sometimes you gotta bite the bullet, my friends, and go where Milwaukee tools are sold and buy yourself some new batteries. They, in my experience, are absolutely worth the money, even though it hurts a little bit to buy them the first time. I am not getting a kickback from Milwaukee. I wish I was. I wish they'd send me a box full of these things and a few tools to boot. They're not going to do it. I'm just telling you, I have run these tools and run them. There's nothing else, quite like them, but you're going to have to pay the piper for a real battery, because these Vannon junkers, no good.